You Look Good Nation, we're back with an elite draft, best March Madness team. Now, that
Teams.
could vary. That could vary. Everyone could have their own take on what makes a team great and elite in March. So we'll see how this unfolds. Your boy has the first overall pick, and I'm going with, in my opinion, the most dominant run I've ever witnessed in March. I mean, no games were close. None. And as much as I kind of hate to say it, I don't even think there's a question. Villanova 2017-2018 just rolled through every single team they played. It was disgusting. It wasn't even fun. It actually ruined March Madness. But we did win a lot that year thanks to them, so that was worth it. Boom. I just won the draft.
All right. I'm going to go with the 2001 Duke Blue Devils, 35-4. Look at this roster: Shane Battier, Carlos Boozer, Chris Duhon, Mike Dunleavy, Jason Williams. That's insane. An insane squad.
I like your picks. Don't hate them. I like them. I like Rob's pick a little better. But I think the best team is, like I said earlier, the 2009 UNC team. I mean, you got Hansborough, you had Lawson, you had Danny Green. Tyler Mello was like a bench guy on the team.
Yep. Wayne Ellington.
Wayne Ellington, yeah. And they had the other big, and I'm drawing a blank on his name too.
Ed Davis.
Ed Davis, dude, the team was stacked. Their starting
That's
five
a loaded team.
would be the best starting five in the history of college hoop. So, 2009 UNC.
That was a tough year for balls. Tough year.
Love it. I would have taken them for sure. They won every game that tournament by 12 or more points.
Insane.
I think Nova beat that.
With my first pick, was there ever a doubt? Was there ever a doubt?
There was
Mello, Akeem Warwick, G-Mac. Come on, we're taking the 03Q squad.
Are you sick?
Ew.
Lock it in.
Have another.
Just because they won doesn't make them an elite team. That pick.
I mean,
that's a straight Syracuse Mellow love. But as an overall pick, first round, you could have waited 3 rounds for that.
It's also funny. I was trying to think.
They beat some.
I can't think of any. What other good teams were there in 03?
There were some squads.
I couldn't think of any.
D. Wade, Marquette.
They were very good. Like they were 13-5.
There were squads.
That's a very good team. If I look up,
it's a biased pick. That's all I'm saying, which is fine. It's technically they're a better team than some of the teams I'm going to take. But if you're going to take a champion with your first, which I think you should. I think first round, your first pick needs to be a champion. There's a lot better championship teams than the 01 Syracuse team. Is all I'm going to say. That's your team, though. Go.
Well, my next pick is definitely better. So my pick, the 05 to 07 back-to-back champs, Florida Gators. They were nasty. Joakim Noah was an absolute menace. Lee Humphreys, I looked up, fucking shot like 48% from 3 or something stupid.
That's the key that people think of that team and they think of Noah, they think of
Al Horford
and Brewer. I said it earlier. But Humphreys, dude,
I think he has I think he set the record for the most threes in March Madness or something nuts.
Humphrey went on a tear, dude.
The team was just so dominant. Billy Donnie Sue, how you do? Lock it in. I won the draft. I won the draft.
Good pick. Way better than your first round pick.
I'm gonna go with the Kentucky Wildcats 2012 championship season. I know they said they have AD, they had Kid Gilchrist, but people are forgetting they had Terrence Jones, who was an absolute savage. Duron Lamb was a good shooting guard, and Marquise Teague was a savage at running the point. So that's the team I'm going to go with. I really like them starting lineup, and I think they deserve some respect.
Oh, side note.
And they had Darius Miller.
Side note, Cuse would have won that year if Fab Melo didn't get suspended. R.I.P. Fab Melo. We had a nasty squad that year. Nasty.
I can't take the 90,
30 years.
the 91, 92 Blue Devils with
Take them.
Christian
Yeah,
Leitner.
No one else wants them. Just take them. You could
That's
take
fair.
both of them as your second and third pick.
Christian Leitner, Grant Hill, Bobby Hurley
Yeah.
won back-to-back championships. That team was absolutely loaded.
Yeah, but as you always say, Balls, athleticism and skills weren't great back then, right? So any
Yeah,
modern
well-
day team would smack them.
Christian Leitner did nothing in the NBA. It's fine. We're talking about March Madness, greatest teams of all
He's
time.
trolling you, bro.
I understand. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
There's no there.
Christian
That's
Leitner
such a
did not.
cop-out argument, in my
Christian
opinion.
Leitner did not. Literally didn't even make the NBA.
Oh, no,
Well,
no, no.
I
It is
I
college
debunked it, Killer, with my comment about adapting to your resources.
Yeah. Also, a guy like Larry Bird, he'd still fucking dominate today's NBA, regardless of athleticism.
Yeah, I mean, I
His-
guess if Jokic is, then Larry Bird.
Yeah, his IQ and
Get it, Nance.
his fundamentals are
Look at Doncic as well.
All right, well,
Right.
I'm up, and I'm going with another non-sexy pick because they don't have like Hall of Fame players or anyone that like is in the NBA doing well. But this is another team that dominated everyone start to finish in not just basketball sense, but pure strength, athleticism, bulliness. The 2001 Baylor team fucking stomped on everyone with Nova did it with skills and shooting. Baylor did it with that and with like some of the most physical
2021?
basketball I've seen.
2021 or 2001?
Assume, right?
20. Obviously, I meant 20 fucking one, right? Not
Hey,
20
you said
years in the
2001. I was like, who the fuck was on that
No,
team?
I'm
21.
pretty sure I took the best team from that season.
Oh,
but
Baylor 21 was nasty, dude. Butler,
Nasty.
T.
No, shut up, Dom. No one cares. I took them. I got it. Baylor 21 smoked everyone, bullied everyone. That was the best
That was dominant.
performance I've ever seen because that
So
was over
dominant.
within 5 minutes.
And the
And
only
I'm going
reason
to
they were
back that up.
dominant,
What?
is because I faded them in every one of my brackets.
Oh, I love it. They won me
That
a
makes
lot
sense.
of money.
I'm going to back that up. Now I'm getting sexy here. I'm going with another team that helped me win a bracket one year. I had the entire Final Four right. I had Louisville winning it all. This is the year what's his name snapped his leg, I
Where?
believe.
Where?
I keep getting the years mixed up. But this team was really elite. This put them on the map to be a Missouri Valley. I forget what conference they're in. Wichita
They're in the Big East.
State Baker was an electric
Love it.
Final Four team.
What team?
Baker's Wichita State.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were nasty.
They were,
They were-
at
you know
least
what?
in
Let me
our
look at the
lifetime.
roster
In
real
our lifetime, they were the. Oh no, Oral Roberts maybe was the first Cinderella
Oral
run.
Roberts was way after. Oral Roberts was recently.
Was it? Wichita State was the first.
like
Wichita State was when I was in like a sophomore in high school, I think.
yeah, I feel like
Wichita State was
like
years
around
ago.
2015, like around.
They were legitimately like the first team to do it, and then who followed them? Another team I'm not going to name, but a team followed them shortly after with the great press defense. But Wichita State was like the first legit like
Yeah.
non-value team to actually make to the Final Four.
Yeah.
He's cool.
I'm going to go with the 2007-2008 UCLA Bruins with
I like that team.
Russell Westbrook, Kevin Love,
Oh shit.
Richard Mumba Amute, and Darren Collison.
That squad was nice, dude.
They were
That was
loaded.
nice.
That was a
I love
really
that.
Fred Van Fleet. Hold on. Sorry to interrupt. Fred Van Fleet was on that team. That was the one NBA guy. But Paul, sorry, continue.
Love that. Bro.
That's
Well,
a great pick, Paul.
It was a great roster. They I feel like they had a tough loss. They shouldn't have lost. They were loaded that team.
Yeah.
But phenomenal Squad. Good Final Four run.
They were just
Remind me of the-
they were so likable also. I
Yeah.
feel like UCLA, regardless of all those wins they got in the 50s and 60s, whatever, like they're a likable school, you know?
Absolutely.
First ever 1 seed lost to the 16 seed. That's not my pick. It's not my pick. Following season,
They come back.
I'm taking the comeback season of the
That's it.
That was
Virginia
electric.
2019 Ty Jerome stud guard, Kyle Guy stud guard. Then they had Huff, Jack Salt, And the best player, the key guy, but I think the best player on the team was DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah,
who I thought was an absolute savage.
I think they let up like 40 points a game that
It was
season.
nuts.
It was insane.
So they were the best. They were the best defensive team ever. They had sharp shooters, good dominant presence, and I actually think the team now, the guard Clark, I think he was on the team. Is that could be wrong on that, but I think Kyle, whatever his name is, Clark.
Hey, Clark.
Yeah, that dude.
He might have been like a redshirt freshman.
Kahil Clark, yeah, he was on the team.
Hey, Clark, he might have been because of the coach.
It's the same dude. He's still playing like 8 years later.
That's a great pick. Good pick. Honestly, UK, UMBC, whatever the hell, they might be my fourth best team. The only 16 seed to be to 1. How do you not put them on there?
I know that might be deserving.
Honestly, I may pull a trig on it.
I'll go UCMB. All right. My next pick, Big R touched on it earlier. Have to take them. They were so fucking entertaining. It was insane what they were doing. The number 5 seed, Butler Bulldogs, going to the finals, losing a heartbreaker. Gordon Hayward, Shelvin Mack needs to be on the list. I mean, maybe skill-wise they can't match up to a lot of these teams, but you bet your ass they fucking played their heart out.
Didn't they go to the finals back-to-back years and lose?
They did. I don't think Gordon Hayward was on the second team, which is even more insane. Brad Evans, shout out Brad Evans. Like, that got his whole career. Now he's running the fucking biggest franchise in NBA.
Brad Stevens, not Brad Evans.
Brad, who the fuck is Brad
Evans? Other, Kale.
Brad Evans, cousin of
Brad Evans, whoever you are, shout out.
I think Brad Evans is that fucking Herb fantasy football guy.
Yeah.
That's electric.
I'm a Jersey City resident.
Best
believe I'm taking the St. Peter's Peacocks.
That was so electric.
I mean, listen, that run they went on is gonna be ingrained in my mind till the day I die. Fucking beating Purdue with Edie, and these kids are like 6'7".
Insane.
Bro, insane. It's gonna be one of the most memorable runs ever. They were so close to making the Final Four, they didn't. But I had to put them on this list because they're deserving. Go Peacocks! I'm a Peacock till I die.
They got annihilated in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, they did. By fucking Baycott worked them.
Dude, if you're a Seton Hall fan, you already forgot about it because this guy sucks as a coach.
Yeah, it was pure heart from the players.
Yeah. I think this guy is a decent coach. He has zero talent, dude. And everyone knew you were going with that. I'm sure you'll be saying that again on Sunday.
Absolutely. I mean, that's my number one moment.
D-Bird's got D. You're corny, man. 3 championships.
I think it's me. Am I second?
Cornball down.
Yeah,
it's Tom.
I pick champions. I like to win.
Okay, Frank.
All right, fine. I won't pick a championship here.
There.
This team was disgusting. They had about 6-7 deep, and they're the UConn Huskies. Listen to this lineup, bro. Jeff Adrian, Craig Christie, Jerome Dyson, Hashim the Beat, AJ Price. That was Kemba's freshman year. He was coming off the bench. The team was disgusting. They went to a Final Four. They lost, but they were disgusting, and they represent the boys well. So the 2009 UConn Huskies, and UNC is only down 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're lurking.
So let's hit a 3-ball right here by Berry, and we're right back in it. And then, oh my God! Oh my God, in and out! Get over the
behind. I'm so behind.
And one. Oh my God, this shit!
Oh my God! Johnson is much better than Nance.
For my final pick, I think took 3 champions.
No, you didn't. UCLA was not a champion.
That's true. I did not. I'm going to go with another non-champion. We're going to go with another non-champion because it's the best March Madness team We're going to go with the 06 George Mason.
Oh, I love that's who I was thinking of. That's who I was thinking of.
Dude, that's sick. They beat was
that Big Baby?
No.
Big Baby was on Pittsburgh.
He was on LSU.
LSU.
LSU, I mean, yeah.
George Mason,
Big Baby was
as an
Shaq,
11
LSU.
seed, beat a UNC team that had Danny Green and Hansbrough. They beat a UConn team that was led by Rudy Gay. And they beat Michigan State. They lost to Florida in, I think, a pretty tight game in the Final Four, who was obviously the eventual champion.
Yeah.
But hell of a squad.
Hell of a squad. Hell of a squad. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Didn't George Mason have a moose?
Maybe. They went to the Final Four. I'm sure they did.
No, like a big fat dude.
You might be thinking of Florida Gulf Coast, whatever.
Lob City? Lob City, FCCU?
Yo, they were electric.
Kill it home.
No, George Mason didn't have anybody over 6'8" on their roster.
I love that pick.
I didn't mean height, I
love
meant
that
fat.
pick, Balls. I
What?
love that pick.
By the way, I said Oral Roberts. I meant George Mason. That's who I was thinking of.
Oh yeah.
Oral Roberts really threw me off because that was recently. Who, by the way, big time sleeper team. Oral Roberts, undefeated in their conference. They are dope.
This year?
They have this 7'4" dude that transferred from Arkansas. He's pretty legit.
I am going with the team that this may not even be eligible. I don't care. I'm gonna die on the sword. I am very modest with my team. I will tell you, the Chargers. I never have expectations for the Chargers. Last year, top 5 Super Bowl favorite. Shut the fuck up. All right. I am very, very honest with my sport teams, and I will
here we
live
go.
and die. I
Here
will
we
live
go.
and die by this. And Dom has agreed, and I've heard other of my friends and people agree with this. Okay, including experts.
It's a cop-out
podcast.
pick, but I love it.
But Dom agrees.
You have agreed with this. This is a cop-out pick, though. This team was so old, good, top 3, and both cat. They were so fucking good. They were on fire.
How many points did they average in March Madness?
I'm not finished. They averaged 0 points.
You can't.
No team.
I love it.
Points.
No, count it.
No team was more points. And I, in my life, have never said this. I wasn't even sweating it. Before March, I said, we're going to win it. This is Izzo's second ring. Not even a question. COVID Sparty with Cassius Winston leading the charge. Oh, my God.
He was a dog.
They were one of the hottest teams that were entering the tournament, and I probably would have taken them to a finals in one of my 5 brackets I usually do. But don't say Dom agrees that they were one of the best teams or whatever you were going to say.
So just be a man and stand on the sword. Don't back up your word. But it's all right. I don't need your backing on this. Like I said, I will live and die.
You don't need my backing, then don't put words in my mouth.
Don't put words in the man's mouth.
Give me a sword like a samurai and let me do the Japanese thing that cuts your own stomach open. That's how strong I feel about this team.
About a team that did not play a single game in March Madness. I love it.
Why the hell would you want to cut yourself? Which samurai cuts themselves?
I think that should be honorable. That should not be your pick. That should be honorable mention. That can't be your pick. They didn't play
the greatest March Madness team there never was.
Never was.
You look good.